Members of the National Union of Public Service and Allied Workers Union have been on the streets of Pretoria today, marching to various government offices to highlight the plight of the poor. They say that the unemployment levels and the cost of living in the country are a result of poor governance. eNCA's Govan Whittles has been with the unions, as they've marched, and let's speak to him now. So, Govan, we know that tomorrow is the big Cosatu Saftu march. Is this a bit of a warm-up today by this particular union?
It really is, gives us an indication of how many members they actually have and what we could expect tomorrow to look like. We spoke to Zwelithini Mavavi a little bit earlier. He says South Africa shouldn't expect a big shutdown. He blames the lack of public transport for that, but says symbolically workers will stay away from work to symbol or to signify Saftu strength. And of course, we know Cosatu also joining that national shutdown. The SACP saying that all workers should support it, so it does look like it'll be a big event. But right now we're at the union buildings with NUPSAW. They finally arrived here. They started at the National Health Department's offices in Tabatwane. They've come a long way. And the reason they're here is because they want to hear from the president. They're prepared to conduct a night vigil, which will roll over into tomorrow's shutdown. Let's speak to some of the members of NUPSAW. They're community healthcare workers, and we'll find out why they were marching. Ma'am, let's begin with you. So you guys have marched a long way from the Department of Health to Social Development to Treasury and now here at the union buildings. Why did you undertake this exercise?
I undertook the exercise because we, as the CHWs, we want to be recognized. We want to be recognized because we do the same work as the nurses in the facilities. And they think nothing of us working in the community, working our butts off, and we walk far distances. And we just want to be recognized, yes.
You're expecting the president to come see you?
Yes, of course. Yes, definitely, most definitely.
Let's speak to another community healthcare worker, ma'am. So you've joined them. You've come all the way from George, where you're working as a nurse. Just tell us what your experience has been and why you've come up for this march, and what do you believe you'll get here at the union buildings?
I am from George Bethesda Hospice. I'm a community healthcare worker. We just want the government to recognize us because all we do is work hard. And we work as professional nurses. All the work that we do is the same as the professional nurses, but we are not recognized. Other provinces, the government, like Gauteng, the government recognize them, but us, as the Western Cape, we feel that we're not recognized enough. So we want the president to come and address us.
All right, we'll have to see whether he'll do that, but all indications are that this night vigil will roll over into tomorrow, and it's not just about recognition. At the core of this march has been that 2018 agreement that the government reneged on, and then the Labour Appeals Court confirmed that the reneging on that agreement was fine. So these workers expecting back pay to 2018. They still believe the government can overturn that decision and pay them that amount. And that also forms a big part of the core of tomorrow's shutdown and the reason why many of the public sector workers are unhappy. But of course, there are important issues such as insourcing of workers that they've put at the front of the agenda, and they expect their leaders to address that at the shutdown tomorrow. For now, it's back to you, Sally.
Thank you so much. That's Govan Whittles at the Union Buildings in Pretoria.